It is Friday, April the 22nd, 2022. That's right, 042222. I am James, you are you, we are here. Currently, 8 minutes past, no, not the 9 o'clock hour, the 8 o'clock hour. For only the second time in about 8 or 9 weeks are we bringing to you the show that won't go away on a Friday night. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this guy is stinking. And why would you be thinking that this guy is stinking? Well, I'll tell you why. This past Monday, I had an enormous announcement. Of course, when we're talking about enormous announcements on this show, we of course are talking either about special episodes or schedule changes. Now, on Monday, I announced that we will, for a brief period of time, what we're calling the spring schedule, no longer be presenting the at-home show on Wednesday nights. Now, this, of course, really takes this show down a notch. We began with 5 nights a week. Then, about 2 years ago, we compressed Monday, Wednesday, Friday. As I mentioned, 8 or 9 weeks ago, Fridays are kind of a thing of the past. Now, Wednesdays are going by. This is like a tumbleweed throughout this show, throughout the landscape of the at-home universe. But I did say that on Monday, we would be going to an all Monday schedule with surprise episodes. Now, that's what makes this exciting, dynamic, and dare I say, tantalizing and titillating. Why? Why are you asking? Well, it means that anything and everything could happen. For all I know, I could throw it out there on a Tuesday morning. Guess what? There's a show tonight. I could throw it out there on a Thursday afternoon. Hey, there's a show tonight. What if we did a Sunday night show? No one really wants that, but we could do it. We could do it. This is the Friday night surprise. What's going to happen? It's a surprise. All I know is this, is that I am going to be the recipient of a little bit of a surprise later on, courtesy of Dimitri Kirez. Now, I need to caution you, this isn't the Dimitri Kirez that you've known to grow and love over the past 2 weeks on Wednesdays, also known as Ricky Tadziki. That's Wednesday, Dimitri. Tonight, we get reacquainted with Friday, Dimitri. He said, James, I have a big, juicy surprise for you. I don't know what it is. You think these people run their ideas by me? They don't say anything. I am so discombobulated. You should have heard the way this guy was making fun of me before the show. I won't repeat it. But we're going to kick things off with a man who is in the middle of doing something that I did recently. I don't want to say that he's following in my footsteps. I don't want to say that Thomas Barnwell, the one and only, caught COVID because I caught COVID, right? Maybe I gave it to him. Is it possible that I gave our first guest this evening the COVID-19 virus, otherwise known as the coronavirus? It's possible. But where he does follow in my footsteps is that he defeated it handedly, like Mike Tyson beating up that guy in that plane the other day. Folks, let's please welcome tonight's guest. He is recovered and rejuvenated. We're talking about Thomas Barnwell. Thomas Barnwell, congratulations.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money,
Dollar.
Now, maybe Ricky Tadziki is in the booth tonight. I don't know. That's usually one of his tricks. Thomas, how you feeling this evening?
I'm great, James. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Now, you mentioned to me a couple days ago that your voice was very deep, and I thought, how deep could it get? You came onto our production call, and not only did I like the way that you sounded, I loved the way that you sounded.
It's Harvey Firestein deep.
Oh, it is. It is Harvey Firestein deep. How does it feel to be among me, not only a COVID-19 survivor, but what I would call a deep-voiced gentleman?
A deep voice gentleman, a DVG.
Yeah. How does it feel to be a DVG?
Well, unfortunately, COVID hit me the same week I hit puberty. So
Yeah. You know what? I recently went through puberty too. So it's nice to know that I have a fellow ally in the in the late to bloom department.
Right. Yeah. So well, I'm a late bloomer, that's for sure. So yeah.
You and me both. That's why I think you and I get along, Thomas. First of all, I want to thank you so much for being here, not at our usual time. We're an hour behind what we usually are. So thanks for making the time on this Friday evening. It's been a lovely day, a little bit chilly, but look at us back together again on the Twitch on a Friday when people are usually out and about dancing, mingling, doing the Sanka sets, all this stuff. You and I are communicating with each other for the benefit of the dozens of people watching along the information superhighway. We're bringing comedy and something extravagant to people that otherwise would maybe just be sitting at home in silence right now.
That's true. And James, you can't put a price on the gift of laughter.
No, you cannot put a price on the gift of laughter. Let's write that down. That's going to be the Thomas Barnwell branded at-home T-shirts because we're working on merchandise. Now, Thomas, are you finally feeling better? I know that the 19 caught you. It caught you good.
Got me good, but as you alluded to, I battled back like Mike Tyson. I bit off the ear of COVID-19.
Yeah, exactly. Right. If COVID-19 was Evander Holyfield, you chewed it to pieces and spat it out like it was nothing.
I'm a little tired after the bout, but I'm okay.
But just like Mike Tyson, you'll live to fight another day, which includes beating up an annoying passenger on an airplane. Now, did you see that news, Thomas?
I did not see that news.
Yeah, this I believe it broke yesterday. There was a person, I believe it was on a Delta flight, who was sitting directly behind Mike Tyson, and he was caught on film annoying Mike Tyson, being a pest. And it was interesting to me that the Twitterverse handedly on Mike Tyson's side, and I thought, well, it's interesting that they were very anti-Will Smith for beating up Chris Rock. Some people say slap. I'm just going to go beating him up.
Yeah.
But it's interesting how we veer back and forth between the folks that we like who beat people up and who we don't like.
True. I guess you expect it more from Mike Tyson.
Yeah. And I have to say, yeah, no, after you.
I was going to say, if it was any other airline, I might be angry, but Delta.
If it was United or American Airlines, you'd be like, you can't do that on those flights. It's very unkind.
Delta is a free-for-all. You get on there.
I want to say this. I felt similarly. I thought, good for Mike Tyson. Good for Mike Tyson, because I do think that he showed some restraint, because I do think that if Mike Tyson wanted to kill him just by punching him repeatedly, he probably could have.
Yep.
Now, are you a Tyson guy, Thomas?
I'm not really a Tyson guy, but James, you're a local celebrity, so you must know.
I'm a local celebrity.
You know what it's like to get hassled in public places. Right?
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, I know what it means to want to leave improv venues and people won't stop talking to you, and then you have to turn around and start beating someone mercilessly.
I'm guilty. I mean,
you could never be guilty of that.
You've signed my autograph book more times than I should mention.
Well, let's not limit it to just book, right? I've signed your back, I've signed your chest. I'm still waiting for the confirmation that you got it tattooed onto oneself.
Yes. Yep. I've kept it all above,
Yeah, and that's why you're on the show, because we only welcome the classiest of guests on this program. Now, tonight's the Friday surprise. This was previously unannounced. We're springing shows onto people out of the blue, at a whim, whenever the possibility and the schedule provides itself to us. So I thought to myself, how do you surprise a guy that's already been surprised recently, right? The 19 got you. What a surprise that is.
Yeah.
So, Thomas, what I'm ready to present to you right now is something, it is fabled in the at-home universe, the lore of this show. What you are about to face, such as only a few have up until this point, is the Wheel of Mystery surprise topics. So, folks, if you're only listening to tonight's telecast, we want you to bring your eyes to the screen on Twitch. You will see the wheel of topics. Now, Thomas, this wheel is going to spin. I believe there are 10 surprise conversation items on here. We don't know if we're going to get through all of them. There might be one that we land on that takes us through the entire course of this segment. Before we get into it, are you a little nervous about what we might land on tonight?
I have to say I am a bit nervous, but I am so excited because this is the event on the show that I've been waiting for. Usually you have me on and, I'm parading around drunk in my basement for St. Patrick's Day or something like that. But, this is top shelf topic
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. This is not for the faint of heart. This is for only the quality guests.
Wow, thank you.
So when it comes to quality, you can't say quality without Thomas Barnwell when it comes to this at-home show. Now, I'm not blowing smoke.
All right.
Look,
I
things
know you
got-
don't smoke.
Yeah, and I don't. So there we go. Thomas, are you ready to spin the wheel for the first time tonight?
I am ready.
Here we go. Let's spin the wheel. There we go. And we have landed on. We have landed on USA better than Canada. Now, so this is a hard-hitting topic, Thomas. For people who don't know, you are originally what some might refer to as a Yankee,
Correct.
born in New York City, what some might call the Big Apple. Some might call it the Big Rotten Apple. What I'm curious to know, because I think there has to be the case, you know, you're a converted Canadian, a Quebecois, but
Yeah.
I'm wondering, is there anything that you would deem to be better in America than here? This could be anything. This could be the healthcare system. This could be food, the roads, whatever it is. You show no mercy, right? There's another American that comes on this show, Joe Conto, that's very outspoken with his biases, right?
Yep. Mhm.
Thomas, I want you say whatever you want. Now, I'm not one of these people. I think it has become very trendy for Canadians to have an elitist view over Americans. I do not feel that way. I love going to the States. I love visiting the States. There's plenty of things that I think is vastly superior there, which includes service at restaurants. Servers, waiters, always friendlier. They call you sweetheart. I love all of it, Thomas.
Yep.
I want you to let it out now if there are answers.
Well, yeah, I have to say in general, I think the USA is superior to Canada. However, my views have mellowed, but I agree with you as far as customer service goes. And I think we live in the province where customer service is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
However, so I have mellowed, as I said, and I've softened. My views on Canada have softened, and I think it's a bit like, I'm sure, well, maybe not you, but one of the things that followed me through grammar school was, Thomas isn't really working up to his potential. And I kind of feel the same way about Canada, like there's a great country in there that could really step out and dominate.
Okay, now this is very interesting. What are some ways in which you think Canada could take it up a notch?
I don't understand the attraction or the clinging to this, like the healthcare system. I think in Quebec it's dragging. It's
Quebec is its own animal when it comes to healthcare.
Right. And also we should say that my experience of Canada is limited to Quebec. So and very high taxes and but everybody keeps saying, but the restaurants are great, but I can't afford to eat at the restaurants.
Yeah, that's not a deal breaker for me. Like I'd rather have poorer quality restaurants, but be able to not have as many issues in a hospital.
Yep. And like the other side, you talk about the roads or the services or
it's almost interesting that this topic is by default become USA better than Canada, better than Quebec, right? Because I think that I could bring some born and bred Canadians on this show, and they would probably say, oh yeah, our province is better than Quebec, that province is better than Quebec. But this is the thing. I think we like it that way. I think that's what gives Quebec its edge. We are the bastard child of Canada.
Possibly. I don't know about that. And that's really not politically correct to call.
Well, I would say that I believe that I have the right to use that term, as I am a born bastard, or what I would call a BB.
Now, you grew up in northern Quebec, right?
I don't even know what I could call it. I mean, I grew up 40 minutes north of Montreal in the turlet known as Prévost, Quebec, right? A real dump.
Which is French for 40 minutes north of Quebec.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the direct translation. Now, it seems like you might have a fellow country person here High Score Run is saying, and this is in regards to the question you were asked, answer, Thomas, but we only have an hour, which I believe implies that there's so much that is better in the States than here that you could have occupied the entire hour, right? And it's possible that you could have.
Well, it's funny because I've been here so long. When I go back, sometimes it's like a different planet to me when I go back.
Yes.
And I do find like the drivers are much more aggressive, and so that's a combination of me getting older and weaker or something, low testosterone or something.
Yeah,
like that.
older, weaker, and low testosterone. That's going to be some more Barnwell branded t-shirts,
Right.
courtesy of the at-home merchandise line.
And I believe that's in the Charter of Canadian Rights.
I mean, we're going to get our production assistant Devin to confirm that. Now we're going to move on to our next topic. Before we do that, I want to thank you for your candidness.
You're welcome. Hopefully there won't be a mob outside my house.
If there are, I'll tell them to go suck an egg. Let's spin that wheel again. We have landed on embarrassing moments is what we have landed on. Thomas, do you have any embarrassing moments that have occurred in your life that really stick out to you?
Well, yeah, there's so many. You have to narrow it down for me. Like,
okay, well, let's think about this, right? I think we could break it down into two categories, right? Because we've got embarrassing moments in our teen or younger years that maybe don't feel embarrassing in retrospect, or we can also look at it as embarrassing moments in our adult years that still make us go, oh, why, God, why?
yeah. Well, I'll give you one from my teen years.
Yeah.
I was maybe 20 or so, and we were some couple of friends, a guy and a girl that I grew up with who are now married, and we were going to go to see a concert, and so I got 2 tickets to this concert, and
Yep.
I asked somebody who was sort of in the circle of friends. And she agreed to go, and then like the day before she said she couldn't make it, like her brother was coming into town or something.
Got it. Now, what part of this felt ultimately the most embarrassing? Because it on the surface didn't sound too bad, right?
Well, I'm not done. So,
ooh, baby.
The embarrassing part was when we got to the concert and she was sitting 2 rows in front of me, and with some other guy. So
that's rough. That's rough. Now, did she make contact with you at the concert?
No, we I think both pretended not to see each other, and I ate the ticket. So
yeah. So now, can I ask you what the concert was?
Yeah, this is embarrassing too.
Because I feel like there's some concert you can be like, you know what? I'm here alone. She sent me up the river, but I'm going to enjoy the music. But on the flip side, maybe the concert can rub it in even more.
Well, in retrospect, the concert was a mistake, as well as asking this young woman. So the concert was Al Stewart, The Year of the Cat tour.
Yes. It could be worse, right? I feel like there's a couple other concerts in retrospect where it's like, oh yeah, I could have been going to Gary Glitter live in concert.
I was comped by Jimmy Savile.
Yeah. I have to say, yeah, that's one of those moments where even as a grown up, I'd look back and think, oh, sitting there with another guy at the exact concert. It's a bold move too for her to be at the concert and think, there's no way I'm going to. Now, where was the concert?
This is a theater in Westchester, just outside of New York. It was a small theater, maybe like 2,000 seats or something. So.
Well, I want to thank you again for your first answer, very candid. The second one for your honesty, right? I think the important thing about getting through shame is doing just that, is getting through it by acknowledging it.
And really the shame was hers, not mine. So
I'm on the exact same page as you, right? Let's spin that wheel again. We have landed on, it's going to be cigarettes. Now, this is a recurring topic on this show, Thomas. I'm curious to know, have you ever been a smoker?
Not a regular smoker, but I've certainly smoked cigarettes.
Do you
Yeah,
remember your first cigarette?
I do actually.
And tell us the story, right? We don't, a lot of times, like, oh, tell us about your first love or your first brush with the. On this show, we want to know first cigarette.
First brush with tar and nicotine and chemicals.
Yes, yeah, and chemicals. Yeah.
Um, yeah, there was a in the neighborhood. There was a couple of guys, two brothers that lived a couple doors down from me. And
Do we have names for them? Because I feel like they probably have some funny names. I could be wrong, but I just have a feeling.
well, Michael and Bobby. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, what about last names?
I don't know. Can I? They were the last name was the Bakers, the Baker family.
Yeah, Michael and Bobby Baker. Yeah, I knew there was going to be great names. Yeah, so Michael and Bobby Baker, the brothers down the way.
And their parents both smoked, and
Yeah.
and so they stole a few cigarettes or something, and like we rode our bikes like a couple of blocks away and went behind the church that was down the street from
Smoking on God's property.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, if God didn't want people to smoke, he wouldn't have made tobacco.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah, on this show we tell it like it is. We make claims that God made tobacco. Now I'm curious to know, how old were you when you were with the Baker boys?
It's probably like 12 or 13 or something.
Okay, so yeah, now do you remember what that first dart was like?
I don't know that I finished it, but I sure as hell felt sick.
Yeah. Now I've never puffed on a cigarette in my life. Now after that moment, you're like, I'm not going to do this anymore, and then you revisited in your later teen years.
Just very occasionally. But yeah, there were certainly a few years after that first one that and you realize your health is important. It's also important to look cool, but
yeah, of course. And that's the thing, right? You can either have a cigarette or maybe grow your hair out. Both very cool. Now I have to ask you, do you remember by chance your last cigarette? Or potentially one of your last was it at the Al Stewart concert?
Yeah. Yeah, a desolate Thomas Barnwell. I saw Dot sitting a couple of rows ahead of me. I said, I'm going
yeah. Chain smoking with anger. You know, when people smoke with rage. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think it was probably like 20 years ago or something, where I was living in Montreal. I think my manager at the time, she was an occasional smoker, and her daughter would get these cigarettes, I think they were Russian cigarettes. Yeah. And they looked beautiful. They were in this past.
It's the most beautiful cigarette I've ever seen.
Right. They were like in pastel color paper and stuff. And so she handed them out to everybody in the department. And
that's unusual. Usually it's like cake or chocolates or Timbits. This lady's handing out Russian cigarettes.
Well, she would hand out chocolates too, but
yeah,
she was great, wonderful woman. And so I think we all went out for a beer or something afterward, and we all smoked our pastel colored cigarettes.
Wow. So that sounds like one of the more fond cigarette memories.
Yes.
Look, again, I like your honesty and the fact that, while we're having a laugh about cigarettes, you were kind enough to let people know it's important to think about your health. So I have to thank you for looking out for our viewers.
I just don't want you to get canceled on Twitch or something.
Yeah. Imagine this is what does it. All the vulgarity on the show, all the imagery that we've seen, and it's advocating for cigarettes. That's what does it. Let's spin that wheel one more time. We've landed on the best worst movie. Now, when we talk about best worst movie, I think one that I would pick that I suspect people would say is the worst. I love the movie Roadhouse. Have you seen Roadhouse?
I have not seen Roadhouse.
Love Roadhouse. It stars Patrick Swayze as a bouncer who is hired from bar to bar to clean up the acts in the bar. Thomas, do you have any movies that you say, like, yeah, I love this movie. I recognize, not great, but I do love it.
Oh man, a good friend of mine, we grew up together. We used to do that, like try to find like the worst movie, and this was you know, we would go to the theater to see
Yeah.
the stupid movies. I just remember one, it was called The Soldier, but I don't know who was in it. And I don't think anybody,
Yeah.
there were no name actors in it, but it was like he was supposed to be some sort of a mercenary that would get sent around to clean up messes. And
Yeah. This now I want to make it, and again, this feels like it maybe early to mid 80s, probably like prior.
I think probably late 70s.
Okay, so to me, like as soon as you kind of briefed us on the synopsis, my thought was, oh, is this kind of like they're trying to ride the coattails of the Rambo franchise, maybe? But maybe this is what paved the way for good movies of that type.
Yeah, I think this was pre-Rambo.
And it's called The Soldier. I might have to end my evening on this.
Yeah, actually, it could be a good movie to use in one of the films.
Oh, the Vance Gillis joint at the movies.
Right.
Imagine that you get to play the title character.
Oh, if I'm looking it up now, I think you're right. If this is the same one, it's 1982. Terrorists take over a plutonium bomb and threaten to detonate it in the Saudi Arabian oil field. A special anti-terrorist unit is sent in to. Well,
maybe that was the whole synopsis. They let you figure it out for yourself.
I didn't even bother to finish.
Yeah, they were paying to write the synopsis. The production ran out of money, and the guy's like, "Look, you want the last sentence? You're gonna pay me another $5,000."
But there was this recurring, tagline in the movie where I don't know if it was the bad guy or the good guy, but he had this sort of high pitched voice, and he would say, "Soldier," like.
All right. Well, I, as well as everyone else, know what they're going to be doing with the rest of their Friday evenings. I watched a movie over Halloween because I went into it thinking this is going to be a great bad movie. It was called Frankenhooker.
Oh.
And the premise is essentially that this guy's girl. I'm just going to spoil it because this movie belonged in the toilet. The main character, he's like he's a junior mad scientist, and his girlfriend is run over by a lawnmower at a barbecue. And he then plots to rebuild the rest of her body because he keeps her head in a freezer, as well as maintaining brain activity with some science hullabaloo. And his scheme is to get the body parts of various hookers to rebuild her, but ultimately he realizes, I need to kill these prostitutes. So he creates a crack that will kill them because they're crack addicts. But then he has a moment where he thinks, I can't do this. He has his coming to God moment, but unfortunately for him, the prostitutes find the crack and they go on a crack binge and they explode. And then their pimp is out for revenge. That's Frankenhooker. Wow. So I know what you're doing this Halloween, Thomas.
I think actually that's the girl I asked to the Al Stewart.
Call back. Great. Let's spin the wheel one more time.
And James, you got to break a few eggs to make an omelet, right?
Look, it's true. You got to, you have to, you can't, that's what's great about a buffet. You get to sample as much as you want. Yeah. Wish I hadn't said that. Now, this one is one that I was hoping we'd land on. Thomas, who's your favorite serial killer?
Well, I'm old school. So
yeah, of course.
I got to go Charles Manson.
You're going Charles. Now, this is an interesting pick because
he didn't actually kill anyone.
Yes, technically, he did not kill anyone. He was smart enough, quote unquote, to get people to do his evil bidding. Although there is some hearsay that he had committed murders, but he had never been convicted for person-to-person murder. But you're going with Charles Manson.
So who's yours? Ed Gein or?
Wayne God. Favorite serial killer? I think I'll go with the son of Sam, David Berkowitz, because he looked like he was a heavier set guy.
Yeah.
And I find that most serial killers are like wiry and thin, kind of like me. And David Berkowitz looked like a guy who would maybe, take care of business and then maybe go see a Mets game.
Yeah, yeah. He actually, my mother worked in a hospital right near where he lived, and so I don't know if you watched that thing on Netflix about.
I haven't seen it yet. Should I watch it? It's right up my alley.
I'm not sure.
Anything associated with grit and crime and sleaze in New York City is for my attention.
Well, I was in university in New York City when that was happening, and so
can you take us through that? What was that like for you?
Well, I mean, it was in the news. You couldn't escape it.
Yeah,
so it was on everybody's mind, and the theories where he was going after women with light brown hair and all that.
This is when women were changing the looks of their hair to avoid. And this was the point. I don't believe he was known as Son of Sam prior. It was like I think it was like the 45 killer or something like that, because that was the type of gun.
Yeah, the 44 caliber killer.
Yeah, there you go.
And but he then started writing, I think, to Jimmy Breslin in the Daily News, and he was signing his letter "Son of Sam."
Mm-hmm.
And that was the excuse that girl gave me for not going to the
I can't. The Son of Sam is out there.
So it's like, first it was your brother's coming into town.
The Son of Sam. What's interesting about that? Because I think a lot of people have been able to use COVID as an excuse to get out of things, maybe specifically dates, like, I'm not dating right now. The pandemic. We go back in a time machine. If a woman wanted to reject a man, like, look, the Son of Sam is out there. Yeah. I'm really not sure I should be dating, right? Because I think couples were also feeling targeted as well. People in their cars.
Well, I think one of the first victims, or it was a couple, or it was a couple sitting in the car. He at least shot the woman. I don't know. He may have shot the guy too. So. This
episode is taking a very dark and sadistic turn. I think we should spin the wheel again. Although, hold on, I'm going to write this down. Son of Sam special, 1 hour with Thomas. Great. Let's spin that wheel one more time. We have landed on illegal activity. Now, this one, again, much like favorite serial killer, I'm excited about. Thomas, have you ever committed any crime?
Well, I guess, I've smoked marijuana before it was legal.
Yeah. So now, was that also on church property?
No, it was not. It was in a college dorm, and then there was that drifter I killed. So.
All right. Okay. So this when you were giving the Son of Sam a run for his money.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were cleaning up the highways. That was your manifesto that you sent into the newspapers. There's a lot of trash along the highways. I'm here to clean it up.
Well, that's the other series of bad movies. What was that, Charles Bronson, where he was the vigilante?
Oh, The Equalizer, something like that.
Yeah,
which is a great name. It's something like that. Yeah. Now I want to get back into it. I want to know more about you smoking pot in dorm rooms. Can you paint a picture for us? Let's see how illegal this gets.
No, it wasn't that illegal. I just, well, the first time I did it, I guess
it was with Mike and Mike.
No, it wasn't with the Baker Boys.
Yeah, I thought it was the Brewers. Yeah, it wasn't with wasn't with Mike and Bobby.
It was with a guy named Steve who.
Nice.
He.
Good pot guy name, right? Steve.
Steve. Steve recently passed away. So.
I should have not laughing that he passed. I just wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll say that this, and I say this with staunch honesty. We'll dedicate this little anecdote to Steve.
Okay. Well, he was a very sociable guy, I guess, as pot smokers are, and he said he invited me into his room. I was looking for somebody across the hall. He said, "Hey, you want to smoke a bong?" And I'd never done that before, and I did, and it kind of knocked me on my ass. But
I know I have to say, I think one of my favorite parts of this story is that as you're talking about smoking the bong, I can see in our other production frame, Dimitri is nodding his head approvingly, or he is taking hits off of a bong out of frame. Now, did you go in his dorm room or did you go to your dorm room?
No, I was looking for a friend who lived across the hall from him.
Got it.
So I was in his room, and it didn't really hit me for like maybe 15 minutes or so. So we smoked, and then we went to the cafeteria to get dinner, and then I realized I was standing with a tray of food in the middle of the cafeteria.
Yeah. Your hamburger started talking to you.
almost, and said, "Watch out for that son of Sam."
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, the hamburger warned me the son of Sam is coming. Thomas, I'm so happy that we could end this on a positive note, a story about you getting high.
Yeah.
Now, Thomas, I'm putting you on the spot here. Would you say your pot days, are they behind you? Or do you think you've got many more ahead of you?
Well, now that it's legal.
Yes, maybe it's less fun now that you can't do it do it behind the backs of authority.
I think the last time I smoked pot again was like 25 years ago. So
your coworker was handing it out.
It wasn't at work, but it was a coworker, but not in the office.
Look, this has been great. This is the great thing about the Friday surprises. Secrets that we would have never otherwise imagined you sharing with me, not only have been shared with me, but to the modest audience that happens to be watching tonight's show, and for perhaps the dozens that will be watching once it is banked in our VOD library.
Well, it's always an honor to be asked on to humiliate myself. So thank you.
All I can say is that as someone who has been humiliated on this show a number of times, it is so nice to not only share a deep voice with you, but that same level of humiliation that I feel has now been transferred over to you. For that, Thomas, not only do I say thank you, but I also caution you that I might be some form of a curse.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Thomas, thanks for coming on tonight. I hope that cough gets better. Let's talk soon.
All right. Take care, James. Thanks.
That is Thomas Barnwell. I'm saying it right now. Maybe, just maybe, my favorite segment of 2022 thus far. But there's still time for that to be topped. Before we do that, when are we going to be back? Of course, this Monday. We are here every single Monday. What's going to be happening? Dave Kaufman is going to be on the show. And may I say, know what that noise means? First time guest alert. Emery Fine is going to be joining the program, one of Montreal's funniest people. Before we do that, we welcome our final guest this evening, who's going to surprise me because, of course, it is the Friday surprise. Let's welcome Dimitri Kirez to the show. Dimitri, are you out there? Dimitri? Oh my God. Dimitri.
Hey, James.
Dimitri, are you at a bar?
Yeah, I'm at a bar, man. How's it going?
Wait, what's this sweater you're wearing? You're wearing a Sleeman's Brewery sweater?
Hold on. How's it going, buddy? Nice to see
Yeah, I'm
you.
doing. What are you having? Was that a giant pint of? Was that Irish beer? Is that a
It's a
stout?
Guinness, baby.
You're having a Guinness?
Yeah.
Dimitri, you're already at a bar. It's not even 9 o'clock yet.
Yeah. Well, you know it's Friday, you know? And you turn down some of the music.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, you know what they
turn
say
it
about
down.
Fridays, right?
For the boys.
For the boys, yeah. So what are you you're at a tavern just playing the machines? You're feeding the machine some quarters?
Yeah, I was just feeding some machines some quarters, but I dropped a couple of my ding-dongs. They're on the ground, so I gotta pick them up.
Okay.
But I'm on
so
a hot streak, let me tell you.
All right. Well, hold on. How much have you won?
I'm down $45, but it's only what time is it? 8:47. And I'm usually here till 2.
How much money did you go in with?
Like I said, I'm down 45.
Okay, so you went in with $45 and now you have nothing.
Well, I went in with 50, so I still got 5 left, but I've done amazing things with less.
How much did the beer cost?
Oh, the beer was $7. That's with the tip.
So yeah, so that's with or without tip?
So I'm technically down. That's with the tip. So I'm technically down $3.
Okay. So Dimitri, look, I have to say this is a surprise. You told me James, I'll do the show, but I got a surprise for you. So I guess the surprise is that you are currently working the board from a bar.
No, the surprise in parts is that I'm at a bar, but the real surprise is that I'm taking you out. It's boys' night. I'm gonna show you.
Taking me out?
I'm taking you out, and I'm gonna show you, because let me just say one thing, and I hope you don't get mad at me. You're tighter wound than a toy car.
Okay, so you're bringing up the fact that maybe I don't really allow myself to let loose. We've talked about on the show, I'm not a guy that really understands or allows himself to enjoy. Yeah, you're rocking out there. What song is this?
This is we're only playing the hits.
No, what is this hit? I don't know this one, and I would like to imagine myself as a
This is my nephew's band.
Oh, your nephew has a band?
Yo, yeah. There it goes. Yeah, it's my nephew's band.
What's the band name?
Stinking Pistols.
Oh boy, they want to work on that, I think. So you're taking me on a boys' night around the bar? That's pretty cool.
I just want to show you how I live, because I'm so sick of watching how you live.
Yeah, okay, well, and this is fair. It makes sense. You know, Dimitri, you used to be our main man on the board on Fridays. You've been totally free, so you've been hitting the bars.
I'm having a good time. Listen, I'm making money. I'm meeting nice people.
Well, it sounds like you're not making money.
All right, I'm down $3. In the grand scheme of things, that's not so bad.
Sure.
Technically $53, but you know what I mean. But I'm gonna make that money back.
I'll say this: you're right. I'm not the type of guy who knows how to really let loose. So look, show me a good time. I'm ready to have fun. Let's effing do it. You know.
That's just the magic words that you told me. Well, first things first. These are VLT machines. Do you know what those stand for?
Video Lotto Terminal.
You damn.
Oh, easy now, Dimitri. I know that Irish beer is it's a little strong, right? And coming in from the chat, and this makes a lot of sense. This they're kind of pleading your case. High Score Run says you got to spend money to make money, right?
You gotta spend money to make money.
How empty is that bar? There's a real echo in there now.
I'm gonna show you the rest of the bar in a second.
All right.
This is my favorite bar. All right.
Where is this?
I can't tell you.
All right.
It's a speakeasy without any of the good stuff.
That's I never seen a speakeasy with a row of VLTs.
Well, that's how you know it's a real quality establishment, okay?
Yeah, it sounds like you're the only one there.
There's more people coming.
All right. It's early. It's early.
I'm just getting these babies warmed up, and I'm playing all three of them at the same time.
You're working 3 machines. No wonder you're down.
This is Lucille. This is Brenda. And this is Carol Ann.
So you got Lucille, Brenda, and Carol Ann?
Ladies, this is my friend James. They're expensive dates, but let me tell you, they always
coming in from the chat, courtesy of my buddy, the real Andrew Mackay. He says, Dimitri, put $2 in for me and spin. Put it in Carol Ann. He wants you to put it in Carol Ann.
I'll put you.
He wants you to put it in. She's an expensive lady.
I got the coins right here, buddy. You don't think I'm joking? That's going right into Carol Ann, right over here. Oh, right over here. Sorry.
Yeah. That's Brenda. Carol Ann. Yeah.
There we go. Carol Ann, let's make some magic, baby.
All right.
Come on,
all right.
Carol Ann.
Here we go.
Damn.
You lost the $2?
We're down $5. But hey, listen, but it's still the night is still young.
Yeah, this has really become a night of spinning. Thomas had the wheel of surprise topics, and now you're spinning the wheel inside of Carol Ann. You put it right in Carol Ann.
The night is still young.
Yeah, I'll say this, Dimitri. It sounds like whatever goes inside Carol Ann doesn't come out.
Listen. Oh my!
What are you doing, Dimitri? What's going on, man?
My butt's been open. I just realized my top button was open.
Yeah,
in front of the ladies.
You're falling apart, man.
In front of the ladies. Jesus. Anyway, all that to say is, Caroline, listen. It is what it is.
Excuse yourself from the ladies. Well, now Dimitri? Who's this other lady over your other shoulder? You showed us Brenda, Lucille, and Caroline. You got another one over there. Who's that?
Oh, I don't like to talk about her. She's so mean.
So yeah, look, sometimes you meet a crusty lady in a bar.
She doesn't understand me the rest of the other ladies
Yeah, well, it
do.
doesn't sound like Caroline understands. It sounds like she's taking you for all you're worth.
You know who that is? Maxine.
Oh no.
The mean machine.
Yeah. That's if your name is Maxine, you're harsh, right? A little witchy.
Ooh, 666. You think you're gonna hit the lottery, but this woman's taking everything and your soul. Oh, mama.
Yeah, devilish lady. Now, Dimitri, what else is going on around the bar?
Oh, I gotta show you the rest of the bar. Listen, James, this is my
Yeah.
watering hole. You know what that means? It means I'm guzzling up all the water because I'm
always
thirsty.
surprised that they serve Guinness there. It feels like a place that would be serving Black Label or Wildcat.
Like I said, this is a quality establishment. I've been coming here for the last 18 years. I love this place. Let me show you my favorite part. All right?
Wait a minute, 18 years? Aren't you 28?
Shut up, you
right.
narc. Let me show you.
Sorry, didn't mean to be a narc.
Ooh, so right now we're in
you're
my...
in the pool hall now.
This is...
Dude, this is an enormous pool table.
You watch out, I gotta get around it. This thing is massive.
Yeah. Tell us what does that felt feel like?
Hold
Don't
on.
spill your beer on it.
Hold on, let me hop on it.
There
we go.
Watch out, that beer is moving.
No, I just gotta, hold on, let me scoot on top of the pool, because sometimes I hang off of it. There we go.
Yeah, look, be easy, Dimitri. I don't want you to fall and spill your drink. Tell us about the felt on this table.
This felt is unbelievably scuff-free, and I've been playing on it for the last 18 years. I can't tell you the times I've sharked people over and over on this, on this felt. Field of Dreams, that's what I call it, the felt fever.
Oh, the feel, yeah, who you, Kevin Costner?
That's right, and I'm coming out of the cornfields with an 8-ball in my pocket.
All right, yeah, I won't ask what type of 8-ball. Dimitri, I wasn't aware that you were a pool player.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, when you come here for 18 years, you need a break from the ladies, so you come over here, and you play with
spend
your
some time
balls
some
a little
balls.
bit.
Yeah.
Hey!
It's boys' night, right? I know how to adapt with the bay. Oh my god, yeah. Again, Dimitri, this bar feels really empty. You're the only one in the pool hall.
More people are coming. Don't worry. More people are coming. They're coming for you, and they're coming for me.
Coming for me.
Oh, yeah. I told them a young stud was coming. And boy, oh boy, do people get excited when they see some new blood in this place. Again, 18 years I've been coming here.
Yeah. Well, all right. What else is going on in this? What's the name of this bar? All right. Yeah. Don't ask, don't tell.
I'll tell you what. If I say it, everybody's gonna come down here, and then we're gonna have a real
you want to
problem.
keep it a bit of a bit of a silent, sudsy place.
Let me show you my second favorite part of this bar.
All right.
If there's one thing that's a fixture in this place, sure, it's the leaky faucets, it's the urinals, the pissers, the felt, and the machines, but there's one thing that just ate this place if it left, and it'd ruin the whole place if it did. I want to show you my best friend in the whole world is Patty.
Patty's a monster. This guy's huge. This guy is enormous.
He's big. He's big, and there he is. Old Getty. Old Pat Getty.
Yeah, Pat Getty. Yeah.
Hey, this guy's hilarious. This guy's got stories on stories. This guy served me my first beer.
Yeah, when was that? Back when he was 80?
Back when this guy was 72 years old, he's been
Yeah,
serving.
looks like he's slinging coffee behind his shoulder too. There's some cups of coffee. Maybe that's what I could have.
You can have a cup of coffee, you can have a beer. I'm not, there's lots of ways to have fun. At this
Coming
point.
in from the chat, we've got from the real Andrew McKay, quote, his mustache is the size of a bus.
Hey, that's Pat Getty you're talking about, guys. A living legend.
Okay, let's go. Dimitri, calm down. Let's not, we're having a laugh.
We're having a boys' night here. We're just having a boys' night.
Yeah, sometimes we like to talk a little trash here. Yeah, you want to talk that. Maybe that's why you're your buttons coming undone. You're filling up those pants too tight.
You gotta have, here's the thing. I dress nice for the ladies, but I dress real nice for Mr. Getty.
And look, he's dressed nice, so yes, send my best wishes to Pat Getty.
He's not doing too well.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine.
He's not doing too well, poor guy. He's been serving drink for a lot of times. And we're pulling through for him, but he's...
Dimitri, let me just a quick question, right? You get your eyebrows done recently?
What's that?
You get your eyebrows done recently? You get them darkened?
They say it's just luck, but I like to dress real nice for the ladies back there, because you never know what's gonna happen.
Lucille and Brenda, Carol Ann, not Maxine though.
Not
That's
Maxine though. She's a mean machine.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is Pat Getty. He's my best friend in the whole world, apart from you. Let's keep moving on. I'm gonna show you
Let's see what else is going on.
my
in this
third
watering
favorite
hole.
place. When I have a couple of drinks, where do you think I go? I go to the bathroom. Oh my God! Oh! Oh! You never know what
Dimitri,
you'll
what's
find.
going on in the bath? What type of bar is this?
All right, so it looks like I went into the bathroom and there was some people fornicating in there. And you know what? That's just something that happens. Oh, hold on. That's just something that... That's just things that happen when you're at the bar with the boys.
Yeah, well, I guess you're gonna have to hold in your leak a little bit.
It's okay. I just tucked in my shirt.
You just tuck in your shirt and let it soak it up. Well, coming in from the chat, courtesy of High Score Run, they write, I guess we know where all the people are.
Yeah, I never get invited to the bathrooms.
Yeah. Maybe look, you're a taken man, right? You don't wanna walk into some place of depravity.
It's just nice to be invited though sometimes.
Sure, I understand. Well, look, I want to say I appreciate that you're inviting me to this unknown bar.
Yeah. I know you, James. I can bark at you till the cows come home. Hold on.
Well, I do want to say this,
hold on,
right?
going back.
We got a question coming in from Thomas, who was on the show earlier. I think you maybe tickled his appetite. He wants to know if people fornicated Big Pat Gettys.
If people fornicate at Big Pat Getty's?
Yeah, is that common practice?
I didn't tell you the name of this place. Who told you that?
Well, it sounds like Thomas knows where it is.
Oh, come on! Thomas! Thomas is a regular here.
He's a regular too?
That guy fornicates in the bathroom, smokes marijuana back there, doing bong hits.
Wow, okay, so we're really learning a lot about Barnwell tonight.
All right, yeah, it's called Big Pat Getty's. Open 9 a.m. to 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Monday,
Wait,
Tuesday,
they
Wednesday.
go later than late?
Nobody knows where this place is. They can't even find the door on this place.
Yeah, this place looks like it hasn't been upgraded since, I want to say, the early 80s.
Yeah, exactly. Some of the best places in Montreal are right here. Homegrown.
Dimitri, I will say this looks like a bar I truly would have a good time in. So if you want to let me know where it is, we're about to close shop here. I'm about to literally run up the street and do a live comedy show. There's nothing I would love more than to finish off my night having a good time with good people.
You really mean that? Because I've asked you to come out with me before. Old Pat would love to see you.
I didn't know you were going to Big Pat Getty's. Sign me up. I'm sure some of the people watching right now would love it. Coming in from the chat right now, Charlito Monty says, tell Pat I can't make it tonight. The old ball and chain,
Son of a bitch! Come on! Come on
It sounds
down!
like everyone knows about this place but me.
Well, I've invited you before, but yeah, it's a little well-kept secret. Some of the best secrets are the ones that
Yeah, it sounds like
close
more
to
of the
heart.
secrets are coming out. I'm learning that there's fornicating from 4 to 6 on Thursdays.
You think that'd be enough to get you down here, you old horn dog? Put you on a
Look.
stick, cover you in batter, deep fry you horn dog.
Oh, look, Dimitri, if you want to forward me the coordinates, I'd be happy to stop by tonight. I'll be there
I
probably
dropped my
around.
change.
Oh no,
Hold
well,
on.
you can expect me around 10:30. If things are getting wild, I'll walk in like a hurricane.
All right, hey, can you bring some money?
How much do you need?
Well, I'm down $57, man.
All right, look, I'll bring you an extra $20 to feed the machines.
You sure? Because these
Yeah.
ladies like to eat.
Yeah, well, don't worry, supper's coming.
I'll let them know. Hey, ladies! Big rig's coming to town.
Wait, I'm the big rig?
Yeah, I've been telling people you're the big rig. Is that all right?
Look, I mean, it's too late to turn back now.
Attaboy. Hey, James, love you to death, buddy. I can't wait for you to meet everybody, the fornicators, old Pat Getty, the giant, and my ladies back here. Not Maxine, but you know what? Maxine's pretty nice, all in all.
You know what? You know what the big rig has to say? Got a big load coming in tonight.
You know, I'm putting another one in the jukebox. Play that tune again.
Wait, also, Red is also a jukebox. Yeah. All right. Well, Dimitri, look, thanks so much for working on a Friday. I'll see you later on tonight.
Hey, attaboy, James. Good for you. Have a great one tonight. I hope to see you down here. I'll be here forever.
I'm on the way, folks. That is Dimitri Kiras coming to us live from Big Pat Getty's, a local watering hole at an undisclosed location. He's going to let me know where it is. I will see you there later tonight. The big rig is ready to drive, and drive hard I will. Before I do that, as I mentioned, I am going right now to Montreal Improv, where I will be performing with some friends of the show. Say Harmanji, Vance Gillis, cool Kathy Fagan. Supposed to be on stage in about, let's say, 27 minutes. I'm going to take my time to unwind. I'm going to roll in. I might even leave my jacket on for the show. Until then, folks, I want to thank you so much for tuning into this very special surprise edition of At Home with James. Again, we're going to do this periodically when we can, wherever we can, however we can. Until then, one thing you can do is join us on Monday, right here, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, I'm James. You are you. We were here. Good night. Goodbye. Farewell and be well.